Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our Halo Wars 2 Pro League, and there are £400 on the line for this first event of 2026. I'm so very pleased with the community contributions there. Qwerty is gonna be playing as the blue cutter here. And on the other side of the map, we've got Psychicwizard in the red color, and he's gonna be playing as Decimus. So there aren't very many signups in the Pro League. Obviously, everybody is getting wrecked by the top players, and very few are willing to put themselves in the way of that. But I think with such good prize pools, you know, half of which was community driven. Thank you very much, everyone. I think everyone should consider it, right? Very nice little engagement at the beginning, but Psychicwizard just has more stuff. The chopper is a very powerful tool here, but 3 Marines might be a little bit too much even for a chopper. So unless Psychicwizard brings over more stuff like that remaining grunt, I know a second chopper is being made. These early engagements are going a little nuts. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay, it's down. I love the early game micromanagement in Halo Wars, so you can do so much with projectile avoidance. It's just such a smooth little thing. But now 2 choppers versus 2 Marines. Now that's going to be extremely one-sided in favor of the chopper, especially while the Marines don't yet have any of their abilities. No grenades are available. Oh, the chopper gets boosted as well there for damage output as the kill comes through, and that's 2 Marines down. Wow, that's a lot of Marine kills. Qwerty Spartan is in shambles, as now all the resources will be more or less picked up by Psychicwizard, but he does lose the weak chopper. Good targeting there, of course, by Qwerty, and there are still 3 Marines, so the Marine production has been rather constant. And on the other side of the map, Psychicwizard is actually going to opt more into a double generator build rather than hurrying up with the mini bases, which is going to mean that he's going to have a much faster tier 2 timing. Qwerty actually also hasn't been able to upgrade this generator because he's upgrading a 3rd heavy supply pad. What is going on? Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Seriously. You can't get away with this, sir. You're gonna be a tier 1 forever. I mean, one thing that comes out of this though is that, yeah, Qwerty has all the minis. He's gonna be able to pump Marines like there's no tomorrow, capture some power nodes as well, no doubt. But he's just not gonna get tier 2. He's gonna have his drops, and then what do you do about a blob of elites and supposedly just a handful hunters to support them? Psychicwizard is going to have 2 upgraded extractors. Now, when you upgrade your extractors, that's going to double the income from 3 per second to 6 per second. So you can't leave your generators unupgraded, guys. And Qwerty knows this. He's getting in a 2nd generator to get the resources ready to go. But even so, he's still not taking care of the thing. Okay, now he's clicked it. That's extremely late. The Marines do pick up some grunt kills. It's not too bad, it's not too bad, but oh man, are those grunts gonna engage this? Because if they did, that chopper would have added a lot of overall potential. But maybe you just make like 2 suicide grunts and run over those Marines, right? Back generators still not upgrading. Qwerty, wonder what's up with that. Are we gonna have a 3rd generator? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So this is just extremely greedy and economic. If Psychicwizard had ever considered some kind of rush build out of this, or not really rush, but you know what I mean. Some kind of anti-building aggression. Upgrading the mines for the grunts, making more grunts, making some brutes, vortexing the stuff in Qwerty's base. He would have been very vulnerable to that. Either way, we're gonna go to tier 2 instead as Psychicwizard. And supposedly he will soon consider a 2nd base as well to grow his economy. Which, you know, considering the state we're in, if you look at our little bet that we've got going on in the chat in Twitch, Qwerty has 98% of the bets. Psychicwizard has 2% of it, so... if Psychicwizard gets this, that's great for the chatters that voted for him. 52 extra turns. Anyways, the Marines are now going after the grunts, some of which are veteran from the Sentinel kills, but the numbers just aren't there. Are there suicide grunts somewhere? I saw Psychicwizard making more than that. More than the one. Where is it? Ah, there. Gonna vortex the bunch, but they do get to split up a little bit at least. Well, the STs are coming through. That's definitely bad news for the grunts, but the Suis should be able to... Oh! It's a Sui drop? What? Not a beam? Well, let's see if it pays off then. The ODSTs are surprisingly tanky against suicide grunts, actually, guys. But there is an elite that's gonna pick off some of these squad members. It's pretty damn close to that satchel and actually gets it. Spartans out as well for Qwerty. Psychicwizard will have to be a little bit more careful here and maybe put the guys in a garrison each. If he loses a mini base, so be it, but by the time Qwerty really does his damage, he'll have a substantial amount of rangers out. So I'm not too worried about this. Psychicwizard's base is gonna take the hits from the satchels. It's locked. If there's a suicide grunt in there, it might be a good idea to unlock, but it's just an elite. I mean, there's a huge opportunity here to pick up the weak links. Suicide grunts out as well, but the Spartan does a jump, which instantly kills them. One mini base is down, so where is that substantial number of elites then? We've got like 4 or 5 elites. Yeah, 5th one is coming. There's also going to be an engineer, but the foundry should have been first, in my opinion. Qwerty now controls the middle power node, so his extreme greed is actually paying off. He's also the one with the base. He's getting the combat tech upgrade. He's working on all the things. The third generator's upgrade, all the pads are upgraded. Guys, Qwerty is in a great spot economically speaking, and he's taking mini bases, which is going to further boost his leader power progression, which means that he's soon going to have... That's the 4th point. And then the 5th point will be the big drop, supposedly. That's going to be very difficult for Psychicwizard to deal with. Oh, it was a Cyclops drop. Diego is in. You guys should have seen the chats in the last few days in our Discord. These guys are just tearing into each other on in their time off. It's their favorite thing to do. So yeah, the rivalry is real. But what I really care about is how it translates into the battlefield. I don't care about the drama. Just go and destroy each other, boys. That's what I care about. Not with words, but with deeds. Turrets coming through. This looks like an awfully naked base to me, and these guys aren't exactly building damage champions, right? I mean, Qwerty does have a base here. If he gets out a Nightingale, none of these can truly do anything about it. If you get 2 Nightingales, then just no damage comes through. So does Qwerty decide to come back all the way to defend it? Because, you know, the Spartan can just steal the vehicle, but also you could just attack, save up your resources, and do the big drop and deal with this. That's fine also. No need necessarily for the Nightingales. It's just another way to go about it. Because Qwerty, you can see he just reached 5th point. But he's playing for the long game here. Yeah, the army is heading back. Psychicwizard did a good job recapturing these power nodes, by the way. That's nice to see. Now, the elite is doing a great job at dealing with the Marines. Also, these guys have boundless siphons, so they're not the easiest to dispatch with what's here. We've also got a Reaver out on the field, so the Nightingale is now actually threatened. The 2 Nightingales should absolutely heal each other, but that's not the case. The Spartan also used the jump, so can't actually capture it. Oh, what? I thought he used the jump, but apparently not. Either way, he missed the jump, and he didn't actually take the vehicle. Big drops coming on defensively. We've got the Spartan getting killed with the Vortex debuffing him, and the unit is focusing him down. That was a pretty good job there by Psychicwizard, but there's nothing he can do about the tank here. And another ODST squad, or 3 of them, from the drop. That's just way too much. But the veteran ODSTs have been picked up, so it's not terrible. Still, Qwerty has the base. Qwerty has all the mini bases on the map. And that's just a huge advantage. He might as well have 2 extra bases with all those minis. So... tech free? Huh? What are you gonna do in tech free that you can't do now? Because I don't think against the Diegos that you'd want to go into Wraiths. Also, the tank is a huge threat to them, especially as there's gonna be more down the line. But yeah, you get a bunch of Diegos, and your Wraith ideas are just for the birds, as they say. Warlord fully upgraded is, of course, quite tanky. So maybe that's the idea. Warlord plus Decimus, that is. Always very difficult to deal with that. Oh, we are so back. That's right. Yeah, this year for Halo Wars 2 with us, actually, our plan is only a half-year plan because it's easier to decide about budgeting. We obviously plan to do Halo Wars 2 in the second half of the year. But we're basically throwing £2,000 at Halo Wars 2, if I remember correctly. Just in this half year, that's our biggest allocation in terms of time waiting ever. We've never done that much in just 6 months. Yes, it is 2,000. We've got a 2v2 league for every class. So whatever skill division you're in, whether you want to play with the pros, which everybody can do now, by the way, it's not restricted to only pros. You can play. We've got Rising Star and Amateur, and all of these are available in 1v1 and 2v2 this year. And I'm really hoping that that works out nicely and that we can just continue doing the same thing in the second half of the year. So please tell your friends. That's like the main thing we would like to see, that more people engage in it, especially the Pro League. Also, all the donations are going to be focused into the Pro League. We don't actually do donation options for the small ones, so this is where all the players get incentivized. While in the other leagues, you really play to get experience and catch up. You still get money, but not this much. Well, Qwerty has full control. He's got Mexican Gen down here as well. Love it. Neural implants coming through. He's got 4 Diegos. And honestly, the blisterbacks aren't scaring him. A little animation canceling on that hero there. But even the Warlord can't handle that. Unless we have a Decimus drop. So, where Decimus is the real question. Ah, 1 star. Nice. Spartan gets stunned, but guess what? You can still jump when there's a stun. So if you do it at the exact right time, you're actually not getting stunned. Oh, that's a Desi. Oh, we caught it. Yes. Look at those health bars. What health bars? They're all gone. I don't think these guys can realistically make it out of here, but Qwerty has really good micro, and he splits up everybody so that Decimus can't just bonk him. Doing a pretty good job of it too. The satchel detonates, slows him down a bit, so you can keep kiting for basically ever. And the Spartan isn't actually looking to head down, just reclaiming those. Another satchel is gonna detonate. Yeah, Qwerty has great control of the Moon Maces in the background. Finally, engineers come through. Of course, they're pretty weak. Infantry would be able to rather easily snipe them as well. How did that get detonated? Oh, the base got placed. Right. Of course. I thought that wouldn't be on the base slot, but it was. Anyways. Nice, the blisterback's helping. Dude, the Decimus is full health. What is going on? Okay, base has to be recycled, that's fine. Considering that the blaster back over there, where is it? Oh, up here. Okay, move him closer. What's those Marines are? Goners. Why is Psychic not quitting? This is why he's not quitting. He's got the 2 superheroes. He knows that he can technically do... Oh my god. Hello. Well, there is one thing they can't do, which is shoot up. And... and neither can the blisterbacks, to be honest, unless you lift them, but they're not very good at that. There comes the little mech blast. And the Pelicans are also spinning to win. Can we spin to win? Yeah, we can. We can spin to win too. Now it's time to quit. There's nothing he can do about that. Nothing. All Qwerty needs to do is just chill up there and pick off whatever building he wants. He's got all the bases. If he had just spammed ground units like this, it would have been difficult. Like, you need probably tanks, but switching to air, especially the Condor, is just a pretty good anti-building option. Vultures would have been fine, but that kind of gives you too much time to get reacted to, so I really like this little finisher. Psychicwizard's hopes are in shambles. He had a superhero thing going on, but Condor. Dark Angel says Max is a no-show. That's actually not accurate. He's here. So you guys will play the second match on Sean's stream. Sean is currently streaming, I think, Hechi versus COD. So you guys will play thereafter, if I recall correctly. He's in the Discord. I love the freaking Jackrabbit switch. That's just styling on Psychicwizard. Why isn't he quitting? Is Qwerty making another Condor or something? He can't. These rabbits are too much pop. Oh my god, Psychicwizard. There's 2 Reavers. I don't think Qwerty is fearing this. Oh, the rabbits are actually leveling up the Warlord. Something to consider. If there's an engineer coming out as well, then what is Qwerty doing? Alright, I'm gonna message them to please not troll. This is ridiculous. I mean, Qwerty as well, just attack, man. Like, this is They're taking the piss, both of them. Like, seriously. This is just... They shouldn't be doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game number 2 between these two. Hopefully no trolling this time. Qwerty's part, and it's gonna be Serena just chilling out here on the other side of the map. We got Psychicwizard going Pavium, setting up for a little bit of double generator here, perhaps, with the 4th slot being this. Maybe it's gonna be the 5th building, but that opens him up to mini base deals. Of course, the burnout comes through right away, and what I'm curious about is, will there be some additional units? But it looks like it's just the grunts. There's one here. He's got both of the side power bundles, which is huge. Very nice news for him. But Qwerty still got the middle, so, you know, he's not going to be on the struggle bus by any means. Good pathing to counter what Psychicwizard's doing. In fact, it's equal. Whatever's here is also on the sides, so as long as you get one of them, it's cool. And then these ones are the extra. So it seems to me that Qwerty is just winning out here. He's got more power by 50%. Second power extractor is already up for Psychicwizard. And he's still getting his minis, so... You know, there was no mini base stealing. Nothing like that. Second generator for Qwerty also coming in. This time around, he upgrades his generator rather quickly, though. So there's no crazy third supply pad upgrade before Gen. Even though that really worked out for him last time, if Psychicwizard does anything at all to him, well, that would have gone a different direction. Psychic's gonna be upgrading some more harvesters. I'm assuming just the front one for now to make the burnout a little bit more powerful up front here. Second point burnout should be coming soon, but for now it's just a grunt spam. I always would recommend to at least add some suicide grunts, but who knows what Qwerty will do. So far, ice cream truck, which would kind of suggest that you should do some choppers, but you don't have to. Chopper and suicide grunt, however, I think would be a pretty good answer to Serena's early game. Ice blocks are gonna absolutely block these grunts. That's in the name, right? They're gonna block the grunts from capturing, because the grunts have a problem. As long as there's anything enemy unit like nearby, they have to attack it. They can't capture it. They're broken. It's a bug. So Qwerty is kind of exploiting that a little bit. But we don't have a rule for this, so it's allowed. It's just too fundamental to not be able to deal with it, right? I mean, it will come up. It will come up just naturally by interacting with the grunts. Oh man, what I wouldn't do for a patch. But anyway, he's Tech 2, he's got Suis, he's got the second base coming right up. But he's going a little bit too overeager, in my opinion, for economy. I would love for him to do a little bit of unit pumping, or at least get out the Pavium hero, because the grunts are not going to be a good answer to the ice cream truck whatsoever. That's just not a thing. You don't beat this with grunts. No upgrade for it yet. Qwerty is also taking his sweet time. He's getting a second base to keep up with the Pavium economy. Power node control is looking good. I did not see the mines there. Just walking right over it. It's fine. First tournament. I'm allowed the mistakes. It's the players that pay the price. So, ice cream truck still looks pretty unupgraded to me. What's going on with that? Does Qwerty want a tier 2 real quick? No. It's upgrading the base first, so... It's just a pretty chill game so far. Oh wait, it is upgraded. I was wrong. Either way, you don't want to run into hunters with that. And there's engineers as well. Whatever the case, you know, Psychicwizard can, as Pavium, afford all this. He does have burnout to fall back on. Just gonna give him a massive economy, but just giving the other guy the 5 power nodes is excessive. Oh, it's 4, but 5th is being worked on. So maybe the idea is just to get a high quality tier 2 full pop army. And then go. But Qwerty isn't just gonna sit around. He's tier 2 himself now. And if he fills the map up with Kodiaks, that's a difficult thing to deal with. Also, do bear in mind, a lot of this is still just grunts. Not very scary. Even Pavium is only now getting his advanced designator upgrade. But what I would actually recommend at this point for Psychicwizard is to get a 4th generator, get tier 3, and enter Pavium's comfort zone. .45 base upgrade. Siege turret in the back. Oh my. 2 siege turrets. And Kodiaks. Holy cow. Well, let's just say this isn't sufficient to push. The hunters do take care of the Kodiaks, yes, but you'll need a handful shrouds for sure. 1 is not enough. Ice cream truck does get blasted quite heavily, and the shroud is shutting down a lot of the incoming fire for now. But also, there's a lot of chilling happening here, and if everyone gets frozen, that would be a little scary. I'm not sure why we already have 5 Reavers when there's not a single air unit. That's just a case of Psychicwizard kind of making a bit of everything before getting through. Wolverine's so weak. Nearly picked off everything that Qwerty has, but he has also 4,000 resources, so bear that in mind. And Psychicwizard's leaving. Imagine if he wedged himself in between these 2 siege turrets, and the siege turrets wouldn't be able to shoot, and he could actually pick them off without retaliation. That would be great. I messed up our link. We'll just follow this army as I edit something. I said we'll follow it. Okay, it just disables itself. No worries. Whoops. Excuse me, guys. Okay, now it's gonna be working next time. Good takedown on the base, though. That was a good move to get here, but there's another one. And it's pretty damn far away. Reflecting shields coming up. Tier 3 is achieved for Psychicwizard. But he doesn't have the 4th gen as far as I can tell. No, he does not. It's a pretty important part of tier 3. You can see he's already got 4,000 blue. It's gotta go somewhere. It doesn't do you any good in the back. Or maybe the Lich will help here a little bit. Unfortunately for Psychicwizard, it's focusing the garrison. Man, what a time waster that is. That is extremely unlucky. Dude, okay. It's finally gone, but... well, the Wolverine is a quite tanky target against it because it's an anti-air unit. It's not really doing much work. If it kills 2 Wolverines, I'll probably have said a lot. Watchtower, it's a very, very cheap thing as well. This Lich isn't doing anything. Well, we got the big drop. Funnily enough, it wasn't on top of the group, but then again, there's hunters in there. You probably don't want to do that. Lich is nearly down. Okay, now it's actually adding some serious firepower to this, taking out a tank. Taking out the infantry, and the hunters are going to work. Wolverine kill, one after the other. Tanks getting targeted. We've got rain of fire on the base, deleting some of the buildings at least. Qwerty has lost a lot of his income. His hero isn't even out. Wait, it is out, but Psychic, because his hero seems to just do better here by far. Pavium, both reflecting damage and just being an absolute giga tank. The triple shroud, almost able to absorb all of the 4 Wolverines' fire, especially if the rest got just focused down somehow. But no, it's a little too much. Psychic, because it wasn't actually shooting them. And he's still focusing down the hero first, but yeah, he's gonna get it, you know, but meanwhile he lost his entire air support. Heard some shattering sounds there. The hunters are getting, in fact, taken down, but so are the tanks. Wolverines do get away. Qwerty Spartan is alive and kicking. He's got a 3rd base. He's got, what is this, 4th generator? Is it? Yeah, it is a 4th generator. He's got the Mexican gen. Psychicwizard is only now working on the 3rd base, man. The Pavium economy is not doing what it should do. Because he's just got too much in supplies. What's next? Wraiths? No, it's just same old. Only vehicle level 1 is being researched. Whereas Qwerty is swapping into Warthogs. That's interesting. Well, what they will allow him to do is get a little bit of map control and swing around the back, take out the mini bases, and then perhaps get around to this weaker base. But maybe the Bison alone can do that. He's already heading that way. Is Serena just growing a little bit too big here, perhaps? Scoot wants the Frost Ravens. Me too. I always will be happy about Frost Ravens when they do arrive, but I don't think Qwerty cares what we like. Yeah, this base is definitely toast, isn't it? I'm not even sure these guys can save it. Okay, with the heal, with the upgrade, maybe. Engineers, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not sure the bubble covers it, but needs to do another one anyway. So once that's in, it's all good. This is basically invincible now. There's the nerf. Bye-bye, Bison. Qwerty is also having a large economy problem here. 4,000 blue. Perhaps it's time for a second Mexican gen. I don't know. What he most lacked is the population upgrade. Psychicwizard does have that, so maybe a little pushback is something we should expect here. You see, Qwerty doesn't really have the tools to defend his base. Not against Wraiths. This Hog army is alright, but I mean, there's Hunters here as well. If Psychicwizard just got his second population upgrade instead of all that, that would have been nice. But yeah, just the 4th gen, guys. I'm never a huge advocate for the 5th gen, unless you're really rich. But, oh, tier 3 and Gauss Hogs for Qwerty, I love it. Very difficult to follow them through the ice. So the kiting potential is just through the roof. But yeah, I'm never gonna be very big on the 5th generator unless you're just really too rich in supplies. Doing a great job, guys. This is looking good. Population levels are pretty much equal. There's gonna be a rain of fire, but I think Psychicwizard canceled the... Oh no, his guy froze. So he cast that nerf beam just before he froze. So the rain of fire didn't actually do that much. Now you can pick off the Pavium. Oh, wait a second. The mines. Oh! Wasn't that bad, but it definitely hurt. Pavium does go down. Psychicwizard has to just remake the whole army. But I think considering that he's finally got the base up and running here and another gen, it's not a terrible spot to be in. This could go still either way. But I do think Psychicwizard needs to do something soon. You can, of course, get into mega turrets down the line. Another reason to have the extra generator back here is to get the 7-slot bases, of course, which Qwerty already has. So he just has more economy. He doesn't have this one yet, but soon. Yeah, the longer this gets, the stronger Serena becomes as well, because you got the multicasts on the cryo bomb, and then you shatter it, and you do drops on top, and whole thing just becomes a slog. The Prime does have mega turrets. It's not nothing. Nice little raid here with the Warthogs. I think this game is not about economy anymore. It's about spending. It's about being in the right place. It's about micro. Of course, taking out the mini bases serves a greater purpose than the economy. As you destroy stuff and build stuff, you gain more leader power XP. So, Qwerty just accelerating that inevitable rise of Serena's power level. In that sense, this is a great move. I wonder if he's preparing for some kind of air switch. Because if he did, which he's not right now, but if he did, that could go around the mega turrets very nicely. Psychicwizard is getting the 7 slots in both places. Now 9,000 blue. Heavy imbalance here. I really hope to see at least one more generator in both places. Mega turrets work, sorry, the mega, no, ultra mines, excuse me. Ultra mines work pretty good there, but ultimately it's not that much damage. Warthogs here just overwhelming in numbers, although the hunters are a really solid counter. It's just a numbers game. Qwerty has more stuff. And don't forget the chill reduces damage. Big drop comes through on this as well. Always prefer it when it's a shatter at the same time, but well, nothing was frozen. Already has a bunch of mines around the place. The mini bases are his. Shields are down, so this is a really good opportunity to take that off the field. At the very least, it's going to be frozen. That gives Qwerty a moment to deal with the units that are out here. The one Wolverine should be able to take care of the engineers slowly but surely. Watch out, the shield might come back up momentarily. Very important to briefly target it with that Kodiak. It's back to full health, and it's no longer getting chilled. Oh. Qwerty didn't manage to actually freeze everyone there. But maybe that wasn't the idea anyway. Lich comes through to do the rounds. Ooh, Ultramines again. That should take care of the Kodiak. Nice. Plus, the portal allows you to make some more hunters here, which is great. You guys want to see Scarab? I think it makes sense. Warthogs are terrible against that. Overall good defense from Psychicwizard. His shield should come up momentarily. But But that Wolverine is actually tickling the buildings with the grenade launcher on it, so it's not going to. Even if everyone else forgets to shoot. 1 star now on the ice cream truck. Where is the 120 population mark for Psychicwizard? It's 25 minutes. It's time. He's got twice the... Oh. I'm sorry. This was all a distraction. His base may be cloaked, but Qwerty can see. Oh boy. Whoa. Tokyo Gen's gone, so even if somebody was to snipe the Nightingales, this is now happening. The shield generator's getting blasted next, and then it's time for the regular generators, I'd say. Psychic's just taking this on the chin. His shield is about to go down. Oh wait, that's a newly. He tried to juggle, but he's getting sniped. Good job by Qwerty. Even got a veteran Kodiak back there. Fabium's here to try to do something about this, but easier said than done. Psychicwizard still doesn't have 120 pop. Imagine if he could just pump some extra units out for this. It would be very, very useful. Really likes this Condor finish, I would say. Cool. 2 Kodiaks still just going to town here. Eventually they'll get it. It just takes forever. Guys, Wizard's still not out of the game, but he's not doing the thing he needs to do, which is the population upgrade. He finally has the Reavers, but imagine if he could make 4 more Reavers. This wouldn't even be a thing. He still takes down the Condor even without that. So he's just fine. But man, I'm triggered. You gotta have 120 pop. I think it's time for Qwerty to change tactic. Oh yeah, there. Okay. Okay, we're going for anti-vehicle turrets, so that's gonna be nice for defense. And of course the Scorpions will just completely change everything. As they'll annihilate everything on the field. Most certainly the anti-air units over there aren't gonna help. They'll just get annihilated by their ability. Oh, okay, this little drop is getting eaten up by the rain of fire. It seems the Scorpions can take it. There's also Nightingale to fix him up. No big deal. The additional Scorpions are of base killing potential, I'd say, as well. Look what happens to the Reavers. You don't want to fight the Scorpion with those. It's a lot of Scorpions. It's almost like Qwerty Spartan has 120 pop, and oh, Psychicwizard does too. I can't say the line I wanted to say. Oh well. Maybe Banshee swap. There are only 2 Wolverines, but the Bison is an absolute bastard as well to deal with. So, oh wait, there's more. There's more. Yeah, he's not too worried about this then. Hunter Banshee is the traditional answer, but when you have that many Reavers, I just don't think you have the volume you need. Currently on 4 bases. Has the minis, well, no longer, but had the minis forever. Just probably waiting for leader powers to be ready, and then boom. Half an hour, so do remember our rules remain the same, by the way, about the 1 hour time limit. Might come into play, might not. If Qwerty does this right, then it won't. I'm guessing he doesn't want to be here absolutely all day either. Tank beats everything, that's right. Mostly. Well, that base wasn't gonna happen. Not with those. Kodiak is set up. Where's the second one? I guess he didn't bring it. Stayed at home or something. No, he did bring it somewhere. Oh, here. Anyways. It's time to blast these units into smithereens. Make them chill out. Oh my god, there's only 2 hunters left. Tank does beat everything. Okay, Rain on Fire 3 does hurt a lot though. But if you take that Pavilion for it, that's already decent. Can just shoot this base now. Not much left here to stop Qwerty. Psychicwizard's gonna try a last-ditch effort to remax. He's lost all his power already. Trying to make back Banshees and Hunters in the Pavilion. Should probably add in more Wraiths as well. It's unfortunate that he's building these sensor towers. They're not gonna help him here. A second heal for Psychicwizard. Qwerty donates. That's probably game, guys. Like Qwerty's done it. Picks off 1 building at a time from here. And Psychicwizard just left with no income. I mean, yeah, look at that. Next army that comes over from Qwerty will absolutely finish this off, I think. Hell, maybe we don't even need that. Like, isn't his big drop ready soon? Pavilion goes down, Banshees go down. And then maybe the base goes down too. Qwerty has 1 million resources. The number doesn't even matter. Oh, double power extractor here. But there's no pads. Psychicwizard, you have no pads! Oh no. Oh! Good nuke. And goodbye. Oh, the shatter sound is so fun. I love it. 2 stars! Ooh, boy. That's gonna be the last base for Psychicwizard. Safe to say this is now over. Very, very little under that shield. Qwerty just taking a sweet time to remax, of course. Bringing in the Nightingales and the remaining vultures that he wants to make. He has 4 air pads on this base. Nothing else here. Wait, he's watching the stream? No. Why is he typing? Just go. Qwerty has what it takes. Dude, why are you in the Twitch chat? It's not allowed. Yeah, this is over. Just attack. Jeez. I think if the players didn't have their fill of drama for the day, they'd probably explode. Okay, where big drop? Cadmium's going down. The Reaver trying to dodge the shots. Shield's back up, but it doesn't matter. Alright. This was so obvious. Ladies and gents, Qwerty Spartan wins 2-0. I didn't need to point that out. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.